The heartbreaking reality of war is laid bare as the Red Cross retrieves the body of a deceased hostage in Gaza, a grim reminder of the human cost of conflict. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Israel's military has confirmed that the coffin of a deceased hostage has been handed over to the Red Cross in southern Gaza and is now en route to the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, in the region. This development follows Hamas's earlier pledge to return the remains of an Israeli hostage on Friday, a promise that has been partially fulfilled with the recent transfer of 9 out of 28 deceased hostages' bodies, alongside the release of all 20 living captives. In a post on X, the IDF appealed to the public for sensitivity, urging everyone to await official identification, which will first be shared with the families. And this is the part most people miss. The IDF emphasized that Hamas is obligated to return all deceased hostages as part of the Gaza ceasefire agreement, a point that has sparked fury in Israel, where many feel Hamas has fallen short of its commitments. While the U.S. has downplayed suggestions of a breach, the delay in returning all remains has become a contentious issue. Late on Friday, the IDF provided no further details on the coffin's final destination after its transfer by the Red Cross. However, the Times of Israel reported that a small ceremony, led by a military rabbi, would take place in Gaza, after which the remains would be transported to Tel Aviv for identification. Hamas, for its part, has reiterated its commitment to the ceasefire, including its intention to hand over all remaining bodies. Yet, the Palestinian group has accused Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of hindering recovery efforts by restricting heavy machinery and diggers from entering Gaza. Speaking at a memorial for the victims of the Hamas-led October 7, 2023 attack, Netanyahu vowed to secure the return of all deceased hostages still in Gaza, pledging to continue the fight against terrorism with full force. This comes as part of a broader ceasefire deal brokered by former U.S. President Donald Trump, which saw Israel release 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,718 detainees from Gaza. But here's where it gets controversial. After Hamas claimed it was unable to retrieve all the bodies, 2 senior Trump advisors stated that preparations for the next phase of the ceasefire deal were ongoing. They asserted that the U.S. government did not view Hamas's inability to recover more remains as a violation of the agreement, citing the group's good faith efforts in sharing information. While the full text of the Israel-Hamas agreement remains undisclosed, a leaked version in Israeli media suggests that the immediate recovery of all bodies may not have been a strict requirement. The conflict stems from the October 7th attack, during which Hamas-led militants killed approximately 1,200 people in southern Israel and took 251 hostages. Since then, Israeli attacks in Gaza have resulted in the deaths of at least 67,967 people, according to the Hamas-run health ministry, whose figures are considered reliable by the UN. Thought-provoking question for our readers. As the world watches this delicate ceasefire unfold, do you believe Hamas has fulfilled its obligations? Or is Israel justified in its frustration over the delayed return of the deceased hostages? Share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you.